Thank you to Opera for supporting PBS. Hey smart people, Joe here. Unless you're from another planet, you know that Peacock is famous for its dazzling splendiferous tail feathers. You probably even know this fancy boys use their pretty posture for. Impress the ladies. Oh yeah. Well, you might not know that this bird will outcolors other elaborately ornamented organisms, infused Charles Darwin so much that he had to develop a completely different theory solution to explain it. This video is about Darwin's other great idea, an idea that has the power to explain some of nature's strangest behaviors and most beautiful forms. But it took a century to be accepted by most scientists. To tell that story, we're going straight to the falls. We got the paradox of the peacock. Because weird things happen when evolution meets sex. So why did Peacock confuse Darwin so much? Huh? Chuck D changed science forever in 1859 when he dropped his theory of natural selection. General plants with traits that are better suited to the environment survive and reproduce more, making those traits more common over time. That idea on its own couldn't explain this, or this, or this. These traits don't seem to be well suited for the environment after all. In fact, they can be even harder to survive. This is a paradox that perplexed Darwin. What if nature allows so many traits to evolve beyond that's optimal for survival? What Darwin realized is some traits aren't better suited for the environment. They're suited for sex. We call it sexual selection. This trait is sexually selective itself. Some traits will reproduce more than others. This happens in two big ways. First, the males can directly compete with each other and get access to mates. This is what happens when sheep-head roosters fight. Elephant seals smack each other with their noses. I'm sorry, but you have to admit, these boys look very silly. You're gonna call these all battle. If this all was sexual selection, it'd be pretty simple. But as you can see, there's still a few minutes left in this video because the males are competing with each other doesn't explain this. You can't fight with fancy male feathers. The other big way sexual selection happens is in choosing mates. Most of the time in nature, females choosing the male. It's hard to believe that a female choose which male mate by blind chance. She's looking for something. Sometimes choosing a particular mate can have direct benefits like protecting territory, males helping out with parental care. But frankly, many dads in nature don't contribute anything. We have sperm and a set of genes, in the case of peacocks and pecans after mating. Moms pretty much on their own in the nest egg department. What is it in for these females? What's in it for you? Sometimes having beautiful ornamental features can serve as a sensor sign for foul or having good quote genes. A lot of time looking fancy isn't a reliable signal. Actually being healthy or strong. When it comes to peacocks, males just have one or more genes that grow their ornament. And different versions of these genes makes a variety of tails. For instance, let's imagine there's a fancy tail gene. The different versions make a different displays with different sizes. And if we assume there's something programmed in the female for bigger organs, their offspring will carry genes. A big ornament from their father, genes for preferring bigger ornaments from their mother. Generation after generation, these bigger, fancier ornaments and the preference for bigger, fancier ornaments are linked. They're both more common over time. Yeah, do you have a genetic preference for the size of tails? That is how choosy females turn peacocks from this into this. If peacocks were only under the influence of regular natural selection, smaller tailed males can better avoid predators than mate more, and we might expect peacock tail feathers to shrink over time. In reality, because females have some innate preference, those smaller tail males should never get to mate. The sexual selection keeps tails big and fancy. And that's a success. It's mate more and their genes into future generations that makes up the fact that your big dump tail make an easy snap or predator. Worry about predators, sir? You about anything? It's follow the feedback loop where you get a fancy trait and the other sex has some programmed preference for that trait. It was first identified by mathematician biologist Ronald Fisher. And today we call this sort of snowball effect, sexual selection, Fisher in one way. It applies to behaviors. Since it's one female power vertical, a preference, males can decorate whichever males have gene versions that drove them make fancier decorations. It made more than the others. They even got fancier over time. Your version of this idea became known as sex son hypothesis. Those who choose specifically attractive males would tend to have more attractive sons, and therefore more grandchildren. The other choosy females would prefer their sexy sons. A little weird, but hey, when it comes to evolution, the whole point of life is getting your genes into the next generation. You tend to do that by, say, being camouflaged and surviving longer, or you can do that by fighting and fancying your way into mating more often. Elaborate feathers show that females aren't always picking traits to help their offspring survive. I think that's what. You think she like it? Sometimes they pick traits to help their offspring mate more. In reality, natural selection and sexual selection are usually happening together. Peacocks are proof that sexual selection can be so powerful that it outweighs regular natural selection. That's why Peacock's paradox isn't a paradox after all. Like the males are choosy about their mates started pretty controversial. If it gave female animals a animal power, and that means that human females didn't exactly at the time. With part of nature, it's males who compete, while males for exact to mating. The females are more often the ones doing the choosing. There are exceptions where these roles are reversed. Female hyenas are larger and more dominant than males. The females compete each other and get mates. When multiple queens hatch in a beehive, first to kill their sister queens usually do the same to her. This one type of fly. The females put on elaborate decorations and dance to woo the males. So what about us? These ideas of sexual selection are sometimes applied to humans, but we gotta be careful when you do that. On one hand, we're animals. We certainly gotten to be the way we're things. We both natural selection and sexual selection. I mean, dancing, flowers, muscular dudes on the Jersey Shore. One would not field day with that stuff. But on the other hand, we also got the ability to make choices based on cultural and other preferences. So I wouldn't say that everything humans do in the dating game can be distilled down to evolution. Darwin's confusion ended up showing us evolution runs on two engines: survival and reproduction. Love the peacocks are one recognizable birds on the planet, right? I mean, your average 3-year-old, they know what peacock is. It's a really interesting secret about evolution hiding there. It reminds me of these really deep mysteries hiding in some surprisingly common places. And beautiful ones too. Stay curious. That was right on cue, buddy. I really appreciate that. 5-star review.